to.
Alright, so right behind me is the Francis Tavern. Do you guys know why she's the Francis Tavern and not the Francis Tavern? Because she's a lady. Now, Francis Tavern is, it's actually named the Francis Tavern after Samuel Francis, who was the owner. She used to be called the Queen's Head Tavern. However, a lot of political groups used to meet up here, like the Patriot Boys, and the Patriot Boys cannot be meeting at a tavern called the Queen's Head. So, they renamed it the Francis Tavern. A couple of really cool things happened. One incident relating to the New York Tea Party. Now, I know you guys might have heard of the Boston Tea Party, kind of a big deal. New York Tea Party, a little bit lesser known. A little bit after the Boston Tea Party happened, a ship was coming into the New York Harbor. You know, the New York Patriots were a little upset that they hadn't done something really awesome like they did up in Boston. They found out that that ship was carrying British tea, and they dumped the tea over the side of the ship, and they brought the captain right here and forced him to give a public apology. And then they also sent him packing. Last really cool thing that happened here was that this is where George Washington gave his famous farewell speech after he left the military. It was a really emotional night. Everybody came here to wine and dine. Washington asked each of his officers to come up. He said he wished that he could go to all of them, but he couldn't. So he asked them to... Hold on a second. It's quite a big day here in downtown New York. So he asked every one of them to come up and take him by the hand. Tears were streaming down his face. He leaves on a ferry to go to New Jersey, and he raises his hat in one final salute. Never to return again! Just kidding! God, this guy is killing me here, people! Just kidding. As you may or may not know, he actually became the first president of the United States. New York was at that time the capital, and so he's kind of like, you guys, I said I was gone, but presidency, that's kind of a deal breaker. So he was all, I'm back, bitches! We'll talk a little bit about that more. We're going to walk past the Francis Tavern so you guys can see. It's actually a really cool place. It's sort of the original tavern that was here. There was a fire that came through this area back in the 1800s, and the Francis Tavern did suffer some damages. Most of it was gone. They kind of rebuilt it. It suffered some other damages. They'll say that it's the original tavern, mostly, but it's mostly rebuilt. So I recommend going in there if you have some time later tonight.